All right, Jackie, thank you very much. And focus now. Jodey Arrington, Republican congressman of the great state of Texas, chairman of the House Budget Committee. He also sits on Ways and Means and Joint Economic Committee. So a great person always as a guest in Focus, but also for your expertise on money and affordability for Americans. Your top line thoughts.
Well, we're not just promoting affordability like the Unaffordable Care Act or promoting reducing inflation like the, quote, Inflation Reduction Act. We're actually doing something about it. We said if past was prologue, we would see the economy growing, we'd see wages go up, we'd see business investment, and we're seeing all the above. Mortgage rates are down now on average about $200 in the mortgage payment for our hardworking families. Interest rates in the long term and in the short term are coming down. Inflation is stable, historic low unemployment, but the big ticket here is that wages are outpacing inflation. So people are putting more money in their pocket. That didn't happen for the last 4 years. And so there's greater confidence, greater hope, and wait until next year. $350 billion in refund checks on account of the tax cuts, and you'll have less withholdings in the next tax year. So people will, again, have more take-home income. We're just seeing the beginnings of what I believe is an economic virtuous cycle.
I want to hit 2 points with you. In terms of what people will feel right away with those refund checks, that's a big deal. But even before that, people just spent on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, like never before. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are you can look at consumer spending, you can look at business investment, you can look at the bond markets. All point to we've got confidence in the economic agenda of President Trump, because they saw what happened in the first administration, and they're feeling the effects today. Not false advertisement, but feeling the positive effects of what we put in the big, beautiful bill, pro-growth, pro-energy, pro-work.
So there's more to come from that bill?
We're just getting started. I really believe traction, momentum, like I said, virtuous cycle that is only going to get stronger with more velocity going into the midterms in November of next year.
I was just going to ask about the timing of all of this success. You'll have the wind at your back, so to speak, in most areas in the country on this issue.
Absolutely. And we haven't even seen the fruit of President Trump's labor to get fair trade. Now we're going to have an even playing field for our manufacturers and producers. And when that starts to settle down and settle in, and we actually do something to bend the curve on the cost of health care, and not just prop up failed programs like Obamacare with fraud-ridden COVID-era programs like this.
Do you think you can get that done in the House?
Absolutely. Here's how you do it. Work with Democrats if we can. But if we can't, do what we did in the big, beautiful bill. The American people gave us unified Republican leadership for a reason. We have the right policies. The question is always, do we have the political will to unify, lean in, and put them in place? And I could go through the litany of them, but it is a disaster. Healthcare is a disaster. And it's the biggest tax on American businesses and families. We have the answers. We know how to bend the curve, make a healthy, competitive market, and empower consumers to purchase what they need and want for their families. And we've got to lean in and do it.
Well, you're right. The big question is always, will the Republicans stick together on that issue? America will. We'll see. All right, let's move to this. It's less than a week until the ACA, as you just heard the congressman talking about. Those subsidies are set to expire next week, and they were at the heart of the longest government shutdown in history. Despite leading that shutdown, though, Democrats seem stuck without a feasible plan and are sticking to the one plan they have, even though it's doomed to fail.
But you're open for a compromise, a year and a half, a year? I mean, that's what
First, they got to vote for this. We can talk about things down the road. This is the only solution to avoid the January 1st cliff. Plain and simple.
Chad, you know all the Republicans, man. Show me something.
Yeah.
You know them. You know them best.
A group of them.
You know them best.
There was a
Pull them in.
list.
Look at this right here. You guys see this? I get the posturing and the this and the that and the votes and sure, step back and just, when you're not doing your job and you're worried about your life and your families, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
But that's where I ask, you say 3 years, what Lisa said, others said.
Chad, you know all the Republicans. You show me a plan, brother.
Okay. Wow. That's like watching the oven when it's not on, try to bake a cake. Meanwhile, Speaker Mike Johnson is reportedly racing to the finish line on a Republican health care plan right now. So Republicans have a plan. He's hoping to present it at his conference at their weekly meeting on Tuesday of next week. And right now, there are apparently some big sticking points. So I'm so glad you're here to talk about this. Take us through what is possible and where the sticking points are.
Okay, let me start with stop throwing taxpayer, hard-earned taxpayer, good money after bad by extending a layer of COVID-era fraud-ridden subsidies that have not worked, wasted a bunch of money. By the way, the GAO, Government Accountability Office, in their recent bombshell report said tens of thousands of Social Security numbers of dead people have been used to draw down these subsidies that are not going to the people, not dead people or alive people. They're going to insurance companies. And you've got, according to CBO, nonpartisan, 6 million plus people who are ineligible on that program. Not to mention, the way it was structured by Democrats is it's paying taxpayer subsidies for people making $500,000 or more. That program should die a very unnatural death.
So I have to ask this. Was that just bad idea, or did that come about because people are just soaking the system?
Well, look at what's happening with Tim Walz in Minnesota.
Okay, soaking the system.
Well, soaking the system and building these terrible mousetraps that have made health care unaffordable for every American while it's leaking like a sieve with waste and fraud. And that was the federal government, by the way, upwards of $500 billion a year in fraud. What did Republicans do? Root out waste, fraud, and abuse by $1 trillion. The Democrats fought us every step of the way in the big, beautiful bill. And now they're proposing that this Obamacare expansion is somehow going to save money and make health care affordable. Baloney. Let's do the things that we know will actually make life better and make health care more affordable for Americans.
Real quickly,
Yep.
It's got to be quick. These benefits expire next week. Those prices that people are already paying are getting ready to expand even faster. How fast can you get this done?
We can get it done if the Democrats will work with us to fix Obamacare. There are many ways we can make it more efficient and more affordable. Mm-hmm. And then the market outside of Obamacare, make it more efficient and more affordable, more competitive. And then big plays to bend the curve on health care. Lots of them, from site neutral to many others. Don't pay hospitals more than you're paying for the same procedure for doctors. It's $150 billion in savings. There are ways the system's being gained by insurance companies, pharma. Let's be bold. Let's do the right things. Let's unify as Republicans and continue to make this a more prosperous country.
Congressman Arrington, you've hit the two big topics right now with Americans: affordability and health care. They go hand in hand. So glad you're here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any moment.